everybody, it's me, Annie Woods. Tonight marks my 10th week, my 10th vlog, and holy crap, I didn't think I'd actually make up to 10. Don't know if I'm gonna make beyond 10. I kinda want to, but I kinda don't, so we'll see what happens. This week has been fairly blah, but got some writing done, got up over 200 pages edited and only a name, so I feel rather proud of myself for that. Plotted out the days we're going to Texas to see himself's family for dealing with the family situation. Everything we've saved up for moving out. Not that there's much of it left because we had to deal with medical bills, but what's left and everything I'm earning for overtime has to go for that. So move out date unfortunately has been postponed. Doesn't make me too happy, but can't do much about it. We've gotta deal with the family stuff. I actually had a plan for today's vlog, and it actually revolves around my former participation in the SCA. For those of you that don't know, the SCA stands for the Society for Creative Anachronism. Basically, the medieval people the medieval people running around like at Ren fairs. At least a few of them are going to be members of the SCA as well. Not all of them. I'm not going to say every person who runs around in medieval clothes at a Ren fair is an SCAer, but I can at least guarantee that at least 1 to 2 people at Ren fairs, if not more, are members of the SCA. What it is it's quite literally well, not really super expensive. It's not that bad if you're just doing the membership, but if you're actually getting all into it, it's a very expensive hobby where grown-ups get to play dress-up, run around. Some of them wear armor and hack at each other. Some of us, that would be me included, take longbows and shoot arrows into things. Not people. We don't shoot at people. We just shoot at targets. Inanimate, non-human targets. There are accidents that happen, don't get me wrong. We're not intentionally trying to hurt somebody. At least not the archers. Everybody else. There's up in Washington, there in the kingdom of Ontier, which is where I was. There were actual like horseman dressage, horsemanship challenges. It's actually kind of cool to watch too because it's like the medieval style stuff, and it is a lot of fun. And one of the things my husband and I used to do a lot was run around with the SCA. Because of the time period for the SCA, which is, the earliest hints of civilization to the invention of gunpowder, I believe. Ow. Hi, Rydar. There he is. See, my furry emperor. Oh, by the way, you may notice there's no yellow this week. Yeah, we ended up wiping off the camera lens up there, and it worked perfectly well. So last week was bright yellow, this week isn't. But, and there he goes. So you're looking at, like, right up to the 1600s, I believe, is the end date. Well, my husband, and it's also all cultures. My husband, the few times I got him to go, just because of his work schedule, otherwise he'd have been at more of them, was Japanese warrior monk, because that's what he wanted to be. Me, I was pretty much the mixture of a French and German weird costuming issues, because most of mine I picked up secondhand. I was a French, German, Irish storyteller, gypsy type. Actually quite a lot of fun because storytellers are welcome in any camp. So most nights I'd wander around and offer a story or two for a drink. Yeah. SCA is a good way to get drunk. I don't recommend doing that though. Getting drunk at an SCA event is awkward and painful if you're not careful. Usually I'd ask for non-alcoholic, or if they didn't have... Most people had non-alcoholic drinks, because not everybody drinks, and a lot of times there were kids running around, so there was stuff that was non-alcoholic. If they didn't have anything non-alcoholic, there was always the promise of something in return. I used to, every now and then I'd even get gold and silver tossed at me, the gold and silver dollars. It was actually quite a bit of fun. I think I came out of one event with something like, well, would have come out with about $30 if I hadn't spent it all at the booths. Yeah, that's kind of what happens when you go up there. But I have a couple of things to show, and give me a moment, and I'll go grab them. And because I forgot and left one in the closet, so give me just a minute. Okay, I'm back. Now, first thing I wanted to show was something I actually went and bought for my husband, and ended up claiming for myself. Short sword. Now I'm not going to draw it, but it does have a real blade. The blade is sharp, hence the reason I'm not drawing it. Bought this at one of them, gave it to him, because this is one of the very early events we attended together, because he wanted a sword and didn't have one. Ultimately, he changed his persona, so the short sword no longer fit, but the short sword, along with my bodice knife and my boot knife, both of which are either packed away somewhere or I have since lost, fit very well for my solitary gypsy wanderer, because she really was a solitary wanderer back at that point. Then, of course, it's seen a lot of battering, and I'm not drawing it either. But this is the katana. This is his. As you can tell, I got to get it fixed so he can at least wear it again when we start attending SCA events again, sometime in the future when we're not independently wealthy, but when we've got money to spare. But yes, they're both real. No, we don't go around playing with them and hacking at people with them. That's very irresponsible. Occasionally they get pulled out when we're talking about the SCA. The katana's been pulled out a few times to talk to various people about fixing the sheath. But for the most part, they stay tucked away. They are also one of our first lines of defense if someone tries to assault us in our room, since we don't have guns. And believe me, I may not know how to use mine, but he's got basic knowledge of how to use his. So those are my cool toys. One of the things that I do like doing is borrowing from my SCA adventures when I write my fantasy. The katana is actually the primary weapon of Annika. No, I didn't name myself after my character. My character's been Anne for so long that ultimately I decided to name her Annika. And then she just goes by Anne anyway, or Nika. But I liked the name of Annika, so hence the reason I use it as my pen name and the character name. But anyway, Anne's sword is a white katana. One of the guys she grows up with favors twin short swords. Another favors a polearm. I mean, I use a whole lot of different weapons, and what I know about weaponry, a lot of which I learned from role-playing games, D&D, D&D, Palladium, Rifts, that sort of thing, and the rest I learned from SC, and don't you dare. He was trying to jump up in my lap. Well, I'm going to wrap this here. This is my 10th vlog, and so I'm going to end it hopefully under 10 minutes. So anyway, this is Annie Woods signing off. See you guys next week.